Alright, welcome back everyone to another episode of Before We Leave. Today is May the 21st of 2020 and I hope that everyone is having a great day. I know that I am. It is nice and sunny here in northern Ohio and I plan to get out and enjoy the sunshine, I should say, once I get some recording done because I will be away this weekend. So when you are watching this, because I think this is going up on Saturday, I will actually be out of town. So I'm recording a little bit ahead of time, just so that I have some episodes out for you guys, keeping to our normal schedule. Now, if something does change, I will try to let you guys know over on Twitter or on our Discord. So check it out over there. If for some reason it doesn't look like the schedule is maintaining correctly. But anywho, enough chit chat. We're gonna jump back into it today. But first, the game did have an update. This is actually the first update since the game went live on the 8th, I believe. So, y'all can feel free to pause the video and read through it. It is a lot to take in. But basically, to boil it down, they have changed how the shipping manifests work for shipping lanes. It was a little bit confusing, and you probably even saw it on some of my videos, how it could get a little it could be taken the wrong way if you were reading it. It wasn't extremely straightforward. We figured it out, obviously, but they have just changed it to make it a little more streamlined in how people are understanding it. So that is actually nice to see. They've also updated some tutorial steps around the shipping resources between islands to explain this stuff better. I don't know if ours is going to get that because we're already decently far into the game or not. But if you are starting your playthrough, you'll probably see a little bit more dialogue around that than what we've probably previously seen. They do mention that they'll be rolling out other tweaks and updates over the coming weeks and months, and they just really wanted to tell us about this one specifically. Personally, I really enjoy this. Let's close out of this. So I really enjoy when you have a game company who takes such good pride in the game that they've created and notifying the community on changes that they have made to it based on the feedback that they have gotten from that community. So, yeah. What do we got here? Repair ship. Your peeps are sailing again and they have so much to explore and learn. Try colonizing a new island. So we've already done that, obviously. And honestly, I'm trying to remember where we left off with things. Our first island, sail your new ship around and find a new island to colonize. So I'm guessing we could try to colonize another island, but, oh yes, that is right. So in the last episode, we had our orchards up and going, we got our cotton field going, we did get our sand mine going there so we could get glass produced. Yeah, and then this bad boy is already out of resources on this island, so I guess realistically we could tear it down because we don't really need it out there anymore. Let's change the perspective of our camera here so we can see things a little bit better. What else do we have over here? Oh yes, we did not set up our mining either, so that probably would be another good place to start, is to get some mining up here so we can be a little bit more self-sufficient on resources rather than have to ship back and forth. But you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, let's go into here and let's take this bad boy back over to our main island, our first island, and let's get a little bit more resources. Let's see if we can notice some of these changes. So back at our main island, we have 128 stone over here. Ah, here you go. This is the change here. So transfer stone to ship. So this is what we have on our island. In the port itself, we don't have any. And on the ship, we don't have any either. And it shows how many spaces we have available. So this could be less or more. Less if you already have stuff on the ship. More, I'm guessing, if you can upgrade the sizes of the ships. I don't know, we haven't gotten that far yet. But we're gonna move all 30 stone over to fill up our Queen Mary ship so that we can get it back over to our secondary island with some stone that can help us progress a little bit farther. So we'll let that go. let that get filled back up. We're going to come back over to this island now. And we're going to take a peek at getting our stone set up over here. So we can't do these boys yet. We're missing stone and we're also missing glass. We haven't built glass yet. We will need a glass smelter, but we do need the stone for that. So once we get the stone over here, we'll be in a little bit better position. I do want to get going. Where are our resource mining? So we have an iron mine, we have our sand mine. Can't do any of those, but we can do our quarry to mine stone. And that's what we want. And really, I think our best bet would be to have it over here, but we do need to continue our road, actually. There we go. Alright, had my volume down a little bit on my end so I couldn't hear what we were doing here. So, get a road just placed in like so, and then we need our quarry. We'll place it right off of that bad boy there, and it's going to accumulate from all of those, which is awesome. There's a ton of resources right there, and we really should probably then get a warehouse up and going. Okay, our ship is all loaded, so let's head back over here and grab her and take her back over to our secondary island so we have a little bit more stone to get us by while our quarry is getting up and running, because obviously it still needs to get built, and then we need to have someone get up there and start mining. Alright, so now we should be able to take the 30 off of the ship. It's nice, they even put arrows in here to show you which direction you're going. And we want to transfer it to this port. And it even shows, so the next steps, it says there's 100, I don't think that's right. Yeah, this isn't right. I want to move all 30. Yeah, for some reason it was showing that the next steps we had like 128 stone on here, but that's our first island. Our first island has that much stone, not this island, which is pretty interesting. That must just be a little fluke. Now we are going to want, like I said, to set up some warehouses as well if we have the resources to get them set up. Because we are going to start creating a backlog of things over here. Now, how do we want these? We might actually want to take out this, and we'll take out this. Get those taken out. I'll probably put one here, I'll put one here, and then maybe we'll put one there once we get to that point. And then probably what we are going to do once we get a little bit more sustained on this island, once we get our glass smelter, once we get our clothing up and going on this island, and we just really get to a good self-sufficient point, then we are going to go and colonize another island that we did find in our previous episode that has oil on it, because oil is going to be a big step in then getting our spacecraft up and running again. So those have been demolished. Let's get our warehouse in here. We'll put one there, and then I guess we'll put another here. And then what we're going to want to do once those are up and going is define what will be used there. Now this bad boy, okay, it is getting built. I was going to say, it looked like it was on pause there for a minute and it wasn't really producing anything, but now we are up and going there. And we do not have enough peeps available for all posts at this time. So we're going to have to get some more peeps up in this joint. Which I guess we could upgrade this house then. 4 and 4? Yeah, let's upgrade it. It'll give us a couple more peeps so that we can hopefully have all positions filled. Alright, cool. Cool. They're getting those up and running, getting everything like that. Now let's take our Queen Mary ship. We'll head back over to the other port here. And I think what we're going to try to grab are some tools. A couple more tools for us. So let's get some tools. 30. I think we have enough. Well, we should have enough on this first island to keep producing those. So I'm not too worried about taking all 30 of those. It'll still leave us with, what, 38 on that first island? And we definitely need them more over here than we do over there. So we do need to define what is going to be stored in this warehouse here. I think it would be good to do stone, and then there's cotton, there's iron, and there's sand. I don't know what would be the best for that one. Maybe if we just did stone. How are we doing on wood? We really don't have much wood over here. Maybe we'll store stone and wood in this one. And our ship is loaded. I know our warehouse construction is finished. That one is going to be done here shortly. So let's define this one as well. So for this one, let's think on this. So we have the cotton, we have the iron, and that. Maybe we'll just store all of those in here for the time being. We'll store all 3. So then 40 per will be able to be stored here. And then we probably should have another warehouse just dedicated to food. That one is going to be a real need. No peeps are working because there are no peeps in this range. Okay. Our ship was ready, so let's head back over here. Let's grab it. And let's get back to our second island here. So the next step for us, I mean, we could get iron works going up over here, but I think our next step that we're going to want to do is get our glass maker going. So yeah, we're going to transfer all 30 of these. Yeah, unfortunately this must be glitched out because it shows that the next steps, which is the island that we're on, has 68 tools, which is not accurate. Our first island probably did. So just a little glitch there, which is fine. I'm sure they'll, we were reading, they will probably continually update this game in the future. So I'm not too worried on that. But let's take a peek what we need for our glass smelter here. It needs power. And what else does it have? So it causes some pollution. The workers' happiness is not that great. We do get bonuses from being next to warehouses and power generators as well. So I'm thinking we'll stick this bad boy out here because the warehouses are not affected by pollution. But we're still going to want it far enough away where it's not going to be affecting too much stuff. And I don't know if really, yeah, that makes a huge pollution area. Yeah, let's just put it out here. So that'll get our our glass smelter going out there. And I think we're gonna unfortunately need some more peeps over here. And how are we doing? So water is getting up there in demand and we just don't have enough really to go around right now, so we should have another well up and going. And now I always forget with the well what are some of its downfalls. So you don't want it next to accommodations, we don't want it next to fields, and we don't want it by pollution. So we put the one over there. I don't think this is technically an accommodation, it's a school, right? I wouldn't say it's an accommodation, because we could put this other well right here. Let's put it there. I think it should be fine. And that should give us some more water production, which is definitely what we need right now, to keep them, our peeps, happy. Because really, none of them are happy on this island. They definitely want different clothes. And that is going to be our next step. So let's take a peek at those. So first and foremost, we're going to need a weaver. And let's see what we have for constraints from the weaver. So the worker's happiness drains slightly faster. We kind of figured that one. Being next to a warehouse is good, and then but next to power is good as well. It does not look like it creates any pollution, which I am perfectly content with. So what if we put the weaver right here? Yeah, let's put it right there. So we'll put the weaver there, and that'll get us some cloth going. And really, do we have cloth selected? We do not have cloth selected. That's iron. That's good clothing. That's good clothing. Normal clothing. Okay, just a lot of clothing. But you know what? It'll probably populate with the option for cloth once we get that up and going. Now this boy, the glass smelter, it's not done yet, right? I mean, I guess that's done. Oh, no, they're not done yet. Okay. I was gonna say, that doesn't look like it's done yet, but, I mean, I could be mistaken, but that's okay. They're getting there. All these people are so unhappy. So what is it? Okay, so this is just constructing the building. So actually, you know what? Let's kick it into high gear. Let's get some stuff built here. So we're just waiting for some resources over at our glass smelter. And then that is halfway done for our cloth. Then the next one that we're going to do is the tailor. But for that, we do need to have some glass. So that's why we need our glass up and going beforehand. So how are we doing on everything on this item? On this island, I should say. We seem to be decently well off with potatoes. Now that's pretty much it. Everything else is kind of lower down. Actually, we do have 26 cotton, and we're getting some tea and fruit from our orchard. Cool, our weaver is up and going, so we can go into here, into our warehouse, and we should be able to select cloth now to be able to store it, correct? No? Iron, cotton, sand. Is this not? It's producing them now, so it looks like that with a little shirt. A shirt and there we go, right there. So we'll get that. So it'll be at 30 per resource that we have selected in here. So we'll have 30 sand, 30 iron. Well, actually, iron. We don't have any iron on this island right now. So we'll do cotton, sand, cloth, and then we don't really have much of that. Maybe we'll put glass over here too, because did I select glass on this one? I did not. So yeah, we'll do that over there, and then we'll just have our wood and stone in that one. So that should be pretty good. This one is just struggling along here. We started the glass smelter way before our cloth maker, and our cloth maker is already done. And they're just chugging away making cloth, which is great. But unfortunately, we need this up and going before we can even start to get the next things in line. So glass is in demand. We do not have that. I guess we should take a look at our research. I haven't thought of that this episode yet. So let's take a peek over here in research and see what our next possibilities are. So one of the next ones is fuel. We can't do that because we don't have green yet. We could do cooking. We could do cooking fountains or a pollution cleaner. I guess. How much of the red? Okay, we have 56 red. I feel like fuel is going to be one that we really want to have. I mean, we don't have enough on this island. We don't have enough red. We could get enough red for one of these, cooking or fountains. We definitely don't have enough for pollution cleaner. But are cooking and fountains really relevant? Let's do fuel. Let's research that bad boy. And then unfortunately, we're not going to have enough to do any of the other ones, and we're going to have to go to another island if we want to continue our research. Because we have already sucked dry all the possible research on this island. Are you not done yet? Holy smokes, this one's just taking forever. Can we kick it into high gear here, my guy? One of the resources out of stock. What do you mean we're out of stock? What are we out of stock on? The tools? We had plenty of tools. There we go. Finally, we got it up and going here. Come on. There we go. And bada bing, bada boom, we finally have our glass smelter, which is perfect. Now we just need them to produce some glass for us. That actually looks pretty cool, though. I mean, this guy's not happy, but I don't think these guys are ever happy. Once we get some clothing for these guys, I feel like they'll be much more content with things. But for the time being, they're definitely not going to be happy. That looks cool. I'm digging it. Yeah, that looks cool. I don't know why it's purple. Alright, are we producing glass now? Do we have some backlogged? That's not what I wanted. Let's check our warehousing. So this one should have glass. No, we don't have any glass. How hard is it to... Okay, he's got some sand. Let's just speed things up here. Because we do need some... We need some glass in order to make our tailor. Not enough workers. Fuel research complete. Cool. Yeah, we definitely need more workers on this island. So actually, let's slow it down here. Let's get another house built up here. Maybe we'll put it... We got our market there. Maybe we need to put it over here, actually. We'll get that up and going so we can have some more peeps in here. And then we can have some more people doing these jobs. Because unfortunately, we just don't have enough people right now working to keep us sufficient. And we're probably going to want some more food, I'm guessing, then. Dang, we have a lot of wood now. A lot of wood and a decent amount of stone, which is pretty good to have those backlogged there. So we should have everything that we need there. Our worker is not happy. Gary is not happy. But it's getting done. Slowly but surely, that's going to get built up, and we will be good to go on that house. And we should have then a couple more opportunities for peeps. And so then we can actually get some of these up and going here and get some glass produced. So I still don't think we have one glass. After all that, we have one glass. All right, let's kick it into 4 times speed here and just get the ball rolling because I want this to get produced. I want this house up and running. They have everything that they need for it. I don't know why it's just taken quite some time. Okay, cool beans. We got our house up and going. So we should have plenty of space for our peeps. Yep, we have 28 places for housing and 23 peeps. Cool beans. We do have enough glass now, so we should be able to make our, not our oil refinery, to make our tailor. So this does not cause pollution. It does make our workers unhappy though. We do get bonuses from being next to warehouses and next to power. But this bad boy is gonna go right here. So this will get built up and we have everything we need for it. We are getting more peeps, which is good. And we'll kick it into high gear here and see how things go. it has been pretty nice. We do not need to constantly go check up on our first island. They are pretty well set, especially because you set up warehouses, and that's what I would recommend. Get some warehouses going so you can stockpile a lot of those resources, a lot of food, a lot of water, and so then they can self-sustain without having to go back. I obviously have mentioned that in previous episodes as well, but I think it's one of the smarter ways to go about it, so you're not just consistently jumping back and forth, back and forth. So we're about halfway there on our tailor. Come on. We're so close. Who is this? Oh, there we go. We're in the blue. Under construction. And boom. We have our tailor up and running. So we should be able to get some nice new clothing, which is perfect. We got plenty of cloth in there. How are we doing? So 30 per. We're probably going to want another warehouse to put in some clothing for our peeps. And it looks like it's going to just make normal clothing. We can't upgrade it, but that's okay. So hopefully, with this clothing, it'll make our peeps a little bit happier across the board on this island, because that is the big problem with what we have on this island is better clothing. They are not happy because of their clothing. As you can see, nobody is happy on this island because of their clothing. But let's take a peek. Let's go in close here, and I'm gonna zoom around so we can get a good look at our little cloth shop here, our weaver, and then our tailor here. So it's actually pretty cool looking. So it looks like he just made up some clothes, I'm guessing, or he's getting supplies. That's really, really cool. And it's got little scissors on top too. I love the art style in this game. I know I've mentioned it before, but I love the colors. And just the simplicity behind it. It's very, I don't know, very appealing, I would say. So we got those bad boys up and running, so that'll be making some clothes. So hopefully some of our peeps actually get happy for once. And like I said, we probably should have another warehouse put in here so that we can store a lot of this stuff. Now, since we did research oil, we now have oil wells and we now have oil refineries, or fuel refineries, I should say. So these will be extremely beneficial to us when we go and colonize our third island to get the fuel from it. So like I mentioned, we had gone out on a exploratory ship and found way over here, we found this island. And on this island, we have some more red research that we can get. And we have these oil fields. So this chick is already out here, Elizabeth, and I think she's been out here for like days. I don't know how she's still alive out here, but we have oil here. We at least have 2 things of oil, and they each produce a certain amount. It doesn't actually really say, so we'll have to see. But then we have more of that research here. We have more rusting hulks, so more iron, and then obviously more stone that we can utilize. And yeah, just keep going on our way. It'll be interesting once we get our ship up and going to go to other planets, what it's like on other planets. I'm just really interested to see how that goes. And then we've explored a decent amount of this planet. I don't think there's too much more that we haven't seen if we take a peek around. Yeah, I think we've really pretty much explored all of it. So you have like a pole there, like Antarctica, and then the north right there, like the North Pole. And then you have some small islands around as well. So realistically, if you wanted to try, you probably could come to one of these smaller islands and try to get set up here if you needed to mine some of the resources here. I'd be interested to see if you could somehow get these, the sunken ruins. It would be kind of cool to figure that out. And then obviously you have some other ones, because I think this planet, we set it up to having, I think it was 5 islands in all it's supposed to have. So again, it would just be kind of interesting to see what more possibilities we have down the line. So before we end off this episode, let's get one more warehouse built up here. I'm going to stick it into 4th gear here and get the ball rolling. So that will get built and we can have clothing go in there. I think probably what I'll do is I'll take cloth off of this one. And I'll put cloth and clothing in that one. Alright, we'll kick it down here into 1st. And we shall do cloth, clothing, good clothing, good clothing. Yeah, and that should be good. We'll keep all of those in there. And you know what? No, we'll just do it like that. And then we'll come over to this one and we will take cloth off of here. So now we have 3 things selected. So we have our cotton and our sand. And that's it. So we'll do those 2. And then do we want to have... Nah, I don't think we need to have tools necessary. Oh, yeah, we have cotton, sand, and then glass. I don't want one for food. You have to have 2 workers per. A lot. We'll figure it out in the next episode. We'll see what we want to do. But dang, we already are at max capacity on this island once again. But look at this. We're actually, I was going to say we're actually starting to get some happiness, but I don't think it really lasted that long for us, unfortunately. We'll have to get some more clothing, and we'll have to figure out how to get good clothing. I don't know. They didn't really mention that. It might be just in an upgrade that we can get some good clothing. And we have luxury items here. Actually, we probably should put luxury items over here as well. We have 4 already selected there. We have 3 in here, so let's just do luxury items. Like so. And then that'll store some of those bad boys over there. But anywho, guys, we're already 32 minutes into this episode, so we're going to call it there. Try to keep them short. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. Or better yet, leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking on this series, what you're excited to see, what do you like to know, anything like that. If you're new to the channel and you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. Let you know every single time I post a new episode to the channel. Currently, our lineup is MC Eternal, Before We Leave, and then Crash Lands. That is our lineup, and they rotate in that order. So you'll see a new episode of this 3 days from when you're seeing this, probably, right? But other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and sticking through till the end. I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks.